Hello, this is Julie Ann and Life with Collective Purpose. And today I have got the beautiful Ali Perry-Davies with me. Hi, Ali.
Hello, Julie. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And I know you're doing fantastic as well because we were catching up just before we started this interview.
Yeah, yes, it was wonderful.
So let me tell you a little bit about Ali. Ali has been using art as a part of her healing journey for over 40 years. She is multi-talented in the creative fields. She writes songs, poems, stories. She does painting and photography. And she's used all of these various avenues as ways to release trauma and to bring hope, not just to her, but to all the other people that she works with. She has many counseling modalities, and they include the humanistic approach, the Alaya House counseling, holistic integrative creative arts therapy, and she also has diplomas in theology and ministry, and she has worked in ministry for 20 years. Aren't you impressed with yourself?
When you say it that way, I'm wondering, I must be 137.
And most recently, Ali is now the best-selling author of an amazing book that we worked on together for the last 2 years. It is called The Art of Healing Trauma. She has it right behind her on camera if you want to. There you go. And the subtitle is Finding Joy Through Creativity, Spirituality, and Forgiveness. It's so beautiful. And Ali, you have had so much amazing feedback from this book, haven't you?
It's been incredible. You start on this journey, we started this together and for those who won't know, and that's pretty much everybody but us, we met probably about 3 years ago, and I was still recovering with my brain injury and really not thinking of doing much of anything and learning to walk and talk and do all those fun things again. And then we just started, I said, I think I have a story around forgiveness. And that's how it started. And we started meeting and chatting and really digging in and finding the diamonds that were down there with all that coal. And I realized I had more of a story than I understood. Well, you helped me to realize that. You would say to me, so let me understand this. You did this, this, and this, and you were going to put that in your book. I was like, oh, does that matter? It's such a great way to learn about yourself and to understand and feel empowered.
Yes.
Like you said, yes, I guess I kind of am a little bit impressed now that I'm seeing it that way. I've been doing this for a long time and I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And I've come alive, and I've watched in the eyes of other people as they come alive when we've worked together, and it's amazing.
Yes. And the incredible thing now is that you've got getting the feedback from all these people. So everybody that's reading your book, even those people that know you really well, they're now reading you in a deeper way. And they're like, wow, Ali, this is amazing. And you are getting amazing feedback from your book. I think beyond anything that you expected.
Oh, you know what? When I wonder if you remember when I said, when it's all said and done, when I write this, I said, if one person would tell me that they were impacted, changed, or felt hope through my words, that's actually more than I could have expected, because I had a story to tell, but who knew that who knew that it was going to happen? And it was very immediate. I mean, I've had people contact me, sometimes laughing about something that was in the book, sometimes crying so hard. I literally, a person contacted me through that I knew well enough that they phoned me, and I couldn't even understand what they were saying to me. They were crying so hard. And there's been many things like that. People that I know and people that I don't know who have just said to me, I never realized what happened to me in my life, how that impacted me, and how I was actually having triggers. I didn't even know that. I said,
Yes.
yeah, we don't know till we do. That's the way triggers
Exactly.
are. They're sneaky. They're sneaky little guys.
And I feel that when we talk about collective purpose, it feels like you're collecting people at the moment. You're collecting so many healers, and people are just gravitating to you.
It has been, I've had a dream. Like, let's just put this right out there, right? I visualize, I manifest, I believe in, and I have been dreaming probably since I was a child of a property somewhere where people could come and heal. And it wouldn't always matter about whether they could afford it or not. And there would be a collection of people of different modalities. And some of that would be people who are trained in counseling modalities. Some of it would be in energy healing. Some of it would be in spiritual healing. And it's really all the same thing, right? It doesn't,
yes.
we try to separate it like, oh, one's an apple, one's an orange, these are grapes, don't let the grapes touch anything. But it doesn't work like that. That's not real life. Real life is it's all together.
Yes.
And so yes, I have been for several years been, I guess, really gathering healers.
Yes.
And with that in mind, the mind of finding a way that we could be beyond ourselves. It's got to be more than what you and I can do together. It has to be more. The planet is crying out. Humanity is crying out for healing.
Yes.
And we need to work together, not be afraid. Well, I'm not sure if I understand that fully, or if I understand this. It doesn't really matter. That would make as much sense as a neurologist and a cardiologist and a dentist saying, well, we can't work on the same person because we're doing different things. No, we come together as a team and surround each other and surround people. And we're just, we're not going to stop till everyone's all healed up, feeling the love, full of joy. Full of joy.
And that's the thing that we said right from the beginning. This is all about joy, because when you are in joy, magic happens. And I think that's the key that we found when we were working on the book together, is that when you're talking about trauma, it can get heavy, and there's a lot of books on the topic of trauma, right? And I know when we were discussing what is it that heals trauma, and that you discovered all of these creative outlets that heal trauma. Yes. And that can be so many different ways of being creative. For you've just continuously explored that, from songwriting and poems and writing, obviously now the best-selling author of the book, and music and singing and photography and painting, but all of those outlets are all creative, and they're all ways that collectively can heal trauma.
Yeah.
And so I think your message is so beautiful, to let people know that it doesn't have to be this heavy counseling or heavy self-help reading or, to heal trauma. It can be this beautiful creative outlet.
Yeah. And for me, I think that was the part that opened things up and allowed it to not feel scary. Because sure, there are times, if there has been significant trauma, there will be some times where you might need to look at some things that are hard to look at in order to heal. That will be part of it. But if we don't have a way to release that, to process that. And the other thing that I'm really wanting to share with people is, don't get caught up in how fabulous it is, because that's not what it's about. Right. It's about what's inside coming out in some form. And whether that is just a scribble, whether that is just a flow of conscious writing crap 1,000 times. It doesn't really matter. There's something inside and it needs to come out, much like if you had a sore that needed to be cleaned, like a cut on your body that needed to be cleaned. That's how it works. And any kind of creativity, I find, just has a way that it centers us. And we could discuss all the science base for that, and there's lots of it, right? And it's beautiful. I love how science and spirit and creativity and forgiveness, how that all works together, right? So it's a beautiful thing. And when I watch people, a person even just go collect rocks for free, go to the dollar store. If finances are an issue, go to this dollar store and you can buy for $10, you can have about 8 different colors and 2 brushes. Go out and get some rocks and just paint on some rocks. It doesn't have to be a costly event. It doesn't have to be everything doesn't need to be a Rembrandt. This is about finding ways towards healing. Here's the fun part though, is that when we come out of that place, we pour out of that place of healing, and where actually love comes and meets us there, and it becomes healing. What pours out of people is stunningly beautiful.
Right.
People who say, I can't paint, I can't write, I can't, a lot of the list of I can'ts.
Yes.
It fades. It fades because healing and love and forgiveness and all of that is always beautiful.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. And it's just so, I remember when we were working on your book cover, and
I am surrounded in a sea of paintings right now.
Because you were trying, right? You were trying to be a perfectionist, or you were trying to create this image for this very important book, you know, like, oh my God. And I mean, this is going to be the thing that sits on my bookshelf for so long. And I remember when I just said to you, you just need to go meditate and just be, and just let it flow out of you. Yeah. And when you did that, look what you achieved. Oh my God, just show us again. You know, it's so beautiful.
Oh,
look at that. And you know, the amazing thing is, for a book cover, without you even realizing or knowing, it's totally 3-dimensional. Like, this is not a flat book cover, like, because of
everyone says that to me. People, now I've got to figure out how to do this. So people are constantly saying, is that an optical illusion? Is that what did you do there? And and it's funny because I had an idea, and the very first thing I ever showed you was, I said, you know, I feel it's important that there's a portal. Yes. Because it's where we travel through. It's where we let go of all the things that hold us back. It's where our mind doesn't have to be in charge. Busy, 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 busy. It's where we flow through, and the magic happens, the beauty happens, the healing happens. Love, that's where love lives. Yes. Love lives beyond that place where we're so busy in our minds. But then I started thinking, well, how should it look then? And then, like you said, I started painting after painting after painting, and none of them were ever capturing what was my very first thing I did when you said, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And I thought, yes, it is, isn't it? I could make it better. I got, you know, my head started going, and I started trying. And when I finally painted the book cover, it happened in less than half an hour. It happened so quickly, and with such ease. And the amount of people who have actually contacted me and said, I feel healing when I look at your book cover. Like, it's actually been part of my healing process. And I thought, okay, that makes sense, because I decided to let go of my ego and my fear and all those, and my self-judgment and critic and all of that. And just, what do I want it to be? And I just looked into a beautiful tunnel of love, and off I went. And there it came.
I love that. I think that's the first time I've heard you say tunnel of love.
It's what I felt while I was doing it. I may not have used it in words, but that's exactly, I just wanted to pursue it. I wanted to go deeper into it. That's where I wanted to be. And then I looked at it and I thought, yeah. And then, of course, I have the shooting star on it, which is a wee hello to my godson who passed earlier in the year. And I see him as part of my process in healing that has been making paintings with shooting stars in them, because he was beautiful and bright and bold and fabulous and gone too quick. And so there we go.
Yes, that's so beautiful. Now, you've, as a result of this book, you are creating programs, you're creative ways to help even more people get in touch with healing, and you're attracting more and more healers. Tell us about that.
Well, I had been working together with some people, and a part of what I was, well, okay, first of all, I have been doing this for decades, and I didn't ever really have a name for it. I've been doing music therapy, I've been doing art therapy, I've been doing storytelling. There's been, different healing modalities that I've been involved in. And so I've been very curious about it and going further and further. And as I was taking the last course I was taking in holistic healing and therapy, holistic creative therapy, I developed a program. I developed 2 different programs, and one of those was a way that people could create their own coat of arms. And through that, it would be defining, when we think of a coat of arms, a family coat of arms or a country's coat of arms, that is something that would tell us very much about who that person is, who that family is, what that country is about, what do they stand for, what do they value, what's important to them, what's at the core of who they are, what's their legacy. And so I developed a program where through a series of 3 days, we work together and really explore who we are and what do we want our statement to be. And we create a piece of art, and that could be a painting, that could be some kind of a craft. It's really up to the person. Maybe it's a song. Typically it's going to be a visual that a person can hold and know what that is, and that can be a reminder as they move forward into all that their destiny has for them. So that's one part of it. And another is basically, who is she, is really about finding ways to, if this is where I am and I can see the woman or man, the person who I would like to be, how does that person live their day? What are they doing? How does their life look? And finding ways to embody that instead of struggling with all the what I'm not.
Right.
I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm all of these things. It's a way, how do we get to that place? And it's always going to be through art. It's always going to be through life and forgiving others and forgiving ourselves. Just really finding, how do I let go of this heavy, heavy armor that's weighing me down?
Yes.
And slide into, the beautiful dance step, the salsa. how do I get there? And instead of taking all of those steps necessarily, we look at where we want to be and live backwards from there. If that makes sense. Yeah, so
it makes perfect sense.
Yay.
And gathering all these people. So you're now on a collective purpose, not only helping people to heal, but then gathering all the healers
absolutely
together.
Absolutely. So we've been talking for quite some time now, and just in the early stages of setting it up, we hope to have by spring or summer, looking at, of course, there's, some places, make sure that with restrictions currently and things like that, we can figure out how that's all going to work. But I have there's the work that I do, sound therapy and music therapy and art therapy, photography. I have a person who does healing touch, energy work, chakra clearing, Akashic records, angel readings, cranial sacral, acupuncture. I've just been gathering people and saying, this is what I see. I see a place that people can come, and not only, I don't want someone to just lay there and receive. I mean, that can be good sometimes, right? It's nice to receive. But more than that, empower people so that they know how to go forward, and how are they going to actually, when they're home at 2 o'clock in the morning and for some reason anxiety is knocking at their door, how do they in that moment find a way to help themselves and be free?
Yes.
So that's the healers that I'm gathering are not only people who are exceptional at what they do, they are also very motivated to share that with a lay person who might not have the ability or the skills yet to do those things on their own. So that, what we want to do, we want to get ourselves out of a job. That's
Yes.
the only way, right? We want to share, share, share. We want to create a beautiful space where people can come, just be bathed in love and magic and joy. And when they leave, they have a little toolkit.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Wow. That's so beautiful. And collectively bringing those healers together and those resources together means that all of those people will be helping one another as well and supporting one
Oh,
another.
yes, because there is nothing that's going to happen without making sure that we're loving on each other, taking care of each other, making sure that we are processing. Because
Yes.
sometimes I can tell you, in being a counselor and a disability case manager and a minister for many years, there's often stories that you're going to hear that can be a challenge.
Yes.
You must have a way to process that.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So yes, looking forward to retreats where we're healing healers, looking forward to
Mm.
retreats where we're sharing all the things that we've learned so that other people can move, into all those areas themselves. It's
Beautiful.
exciting. It's an exciting time. It's a time in the world where I think people are recognizing we all need to find a way to embody love and hope
Mm.
and joy and find ways to empower each other.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Ali, that's just is so beautiful. How do people get hold of you so that they can get all of your wisdom and love?
Oh, well, my well, I'm going to be living with Julie pretty soon because I just can't stand the miles between us anymore. But for now, they can contact me. My Facebook contact is Alleyway Art, which is ALIWAYART. So Alleyway Art is my Facebook, and my website is alleywayart.com. And my email is alleywayart@gmail.com. So, ALIWAYART, alleyway art. Once you've got that, you'll be able to find me anywhere.
Isn't that awesome? Just make it so easy and simple. Alleyway Art, either .com, @gmail.com, or on Facebook.
That's right. Instagram and Twitter too, but let's be real, I really don't know how to use those two yet.
Love it, love
So,
it, love it.
so I'm getting all these messages and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, those people think I didn't answer them. Just know I'm a little tech challenged. Love me anyways.
Love me anyways. Well, my dear, our time is up, and I thank you so much for sharing your wisdom once again. And
Oh,
for
thank
everybody
you.
listening, please, if you enjoy this interview, please let your friends know, please pass it on, and please leave a review so even more people can get Alleyway Art's wisdom.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Julie, you are such a gift.
Thank you, Ali. I love you too.
I love you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. And remember to live life with collective purpose.